Hey, what up, though, y'all? Okay, dig. I know my channel got into a couple of other things and off to a lot of things because I'm building a channel and then I see how the internet works and I want to get over to more people with the game that give me game because really I get a lot of good information on my comments and people that reach out to me, and I like sharing what the hell it is going on because I wasted a whole lot of years of my life being a street nigga. Not that I ain't make no money off of it, but once I got to the point where it's like, okay, you stay at this level or go over into bosses. And before I crossed the level of going over into bosses, it was just a couple of things I didn't like that I was going to have to either do to stay free or that I was going to have to deal with to be in the game. And I didn't like the choices, so I walked away. And throughout everything that I've been doing legitimately has led me here. I never sat there one day like I want to have a YouTube page and none of that shit. I ended up with one. Okay, that being said, you know, either you're walking in your purpose or you walking in somebody else's path. Now, with that being said, a lot of us take walking in somebody else's path like that's what we doing when we accepting information from people, but that's not what we doing. When you walking in somebody's path, that's when you're not accepting information from people, and you're being stubborn thinking you know what you're doing when really you just making the mistakes that was made before you. Now, me, myself, there are about 6 people in my life that I absolutely have to listen to. Do I take 100% of what they said and use it? No. Nah. Do I tell them absolutely everything I did or what's going on? Nope. You know why? Because I don't have to. They know where I fucked up at. They know where I did right at. They know because they can see it and they've been betting on me a long time. They know where they won and where they lost with betting on me. They know. But when they tell me something, when the person that helped me get involved in real estate tell me something about protecting my real estate, I have to listen. When a person that helped me get my finances in order says something to me about finances, I listen. When a person that helped me get my credit together says something to me about credit, I listen. When a person that helped me get legit and have a job say something to me about that, I listen. You know why? Because they were loyal enough to me to help me in that department. And then they were good enough at what they do to come through. So that means I owe them loyalty in return, as well as trust, because they already proven to me that they were trustworthy. But you know what a lot of people do? You got women that go to car lots to buy a car with their man, and then they get there and they side or listen to the person trying to give them a bill over the person that's trying to help them pay a bill. You got men kicking it with their homies who ain't never helped them do shit but get in trouble, and they take the advice or the opinion of that person over the motherfucker that's been getting them out of trouble, and then they end up in trouble. Now, the reason why I'm speaking to you about this is because I have this problem going on with me a lot. Now, me personally, my mentors are not nice. And when they call me and say some shit to me, shout out Double OG, shout out my cousin Jed, shout out my Uncle Damon, shout out my Uncle Roy, Uncle K. Damn, I really actually have more. Wow. I have more mentors than I thought. And there's a whole lot of black men that see me in a position that they wish they was in, where I was at, where I'm at, and they grab my shoulder all the time and they say a little bit of this or a little bit of that. It's even a couple white guys, a couple Chaldeans, a couple Arabs, a couple Jewish people, a couple little bit of everybody that says something to me, pull my shoulder to some game. You know what I'm saying? I always pull my shoulder to some game, and I'm greatly appreciated. I use that game to move on. And that's why Juan-O elevates. And that's why when bad shit happen to Juan-O, I still be okay. That's why so many, you know what I'm saying? Because I listen. Now, listening is not always what you want to do. It don't always sound good. It don't always make you feel good. But it will make you good It will make you better. I'm not telling you to listen to everybody, but you already know who to listen to based on the work they put in. And a lot of the times what we do to each other is you'll have somebody come into your life and your situation is this. They come into your life and immediately things start changing. But you know what you do? Not that you don't deserve credit, but you want to steal credit away from them. So you start thinking that you did this. You made this. And that might be true. But it's also a lie. Two things can be true. You could have did this and you could have did that. And it could also be true that you wouldn't have did none of that shit without that person. Those things can both be true at the same motherfucking time. And you know what we want to do? When the frog that helped us get across the river, when we almost across the river, we almost through that troubled water that we was about to drown in, first thing we want to do is sting that frog and drown ourselves to show our independence. Now, how fucking stupid is that? Now, I don't want to get specific or personal, but man, I could tell you at least 3 or 4 situations in my life right now where 2 people, 3 people, however many people from the situation had the promise in their future. They had it in their hands. And you know what they did? They shot me and themselves in the foot. You know why? Because they wanted to feel like they was the ones that did something, which is stupid as hell. Because if you pick somebody to be in your life and they turn out to be a good addition to your life, then you did do something. You picked the right people to fuck with and now you winning. Nobody does it alone. And us melanated folks, we fucked up because we thinking everybody did it alone. It ain't nobody successful that's where you want to be that did it alone. Everybody had a help. Everybody had somebody come in there. They had and the doors of help is revolving. Motherfuckers might have had 100 people help them over the 7 years it took them to succeed. Like, y'all better wake up. You know what I'm saying? And more importantly, to the women out there. To the women out there. Don't fuck up your relationship with the man that got your back because he ain't the man they say he should act like, or the man he should be in the fairy tales. If a man taking your trash out, providing a place to stay, or help securing your place to stay, maintenance in your place to stay, maintenance in your car, gas in your car, supporting you, got your back no matter what happened, that's your man. That's your man. Because it's a whole lot of women that's married, got boyfriends, whatever title you want to put on it, and they ain't got a real man supporting them at all. Lay in the bed with a person with a dick every day, but don't have a real man supporting them, don't have a real man protecting them, don't have a real man willing to lead, don't got a real man willing to take the punches. And that's my problem. It ain't the fact that so many of us are not listening to the people we should be listening to. It's the fact that when you don't listen to the person that cares about you, who you know knows better, now they got to sit there and listen to you cry about it. They got to sit there and listen to your feelings be hurt. They have to hurt with you because the only reason they told you what they told you is so you wouldn't be hurting. So, and they didn't want you hurting because it would make them hurt because they care about you to that degree. But now both of y'all hurting, not because you couldn't win, but because you chose not to win by not listening. There's absolutely, positively no room for your independence on a team. So ladies, if you want to be an independent woman, don't go looking for a dude to be your man. Don't go get married. Don't do none of that shit. Get you a drawer full of toys and prepare to have a life full of one-night stands. And accept all that. But you can't sit here and say you want to be an independent woman, you want to call all the shots, you want to run the show, and then you want a man, because that ain't how it go. And fellas, if you ain't willing to take the punches in the face, if you ain't willing to lead, if you ain't willing to submit to the situation, if you ain't willing to be responsible for everything but for yourself, nigga, don't sign up to be nobody's man. Don't. tell her from the gate, I can't do it. And if a man tells you he ain't in the position to be your man or he don't want to, or a woman tells you vice versa, they showing you the most love anybody else could ever show you. And if you decide to proceed, then you proceed on them bases. That way y'all can build a relationship that's true to y'all. But don't allow not listening to then ruin your relationship after it ruins your finances, because let's not forget, they told you they wasn't ready for this or that, but they loved you. So it's about y'all, not about titles. Not about titles. And if a motherfucker being true to you, then what does the title mean? Like, realistically, what does it mean? You got a lot of men that show up home every day at 8:17, take their work boots off, and they don't leave that bitch till the alarm go off for them to go to work. But they not mentally at home. They heart ain't at home. They don't even like this place. Are you asking your mate to be that? So I know I went around a bunch of places, but I just want to tie this in the listening, man. We all doing too much talking. We all expressing how we feel, but ain't none of us listening. Everybody talking about how important mental health is, and all of us are stressing the fuck out of each other for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Happiness comes from within. If you're not happy with yourself, there's nothing no one else will ever be able to do to make you happy. That's a fact. We out this bitch.